All right. Happy Sunday evening. We are so excited to be here with you. My name is Jessica. I'm going to be the slide controller tonight. And I'm here with my good friends, Jamie and Amy, and we are going to be talking to you about our coaching stories and a little bit about what we do, how it works, how you get started, how we earn those logistics. So, first, Jamie is going to kick us off. Hey, Jamie, you're muted.
All right, so let's talk about how you belong here. So it can be very overwhelming trying to think of like being in a leadership role and joining the coaching Health Patriot Nation. And I was once there. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how I got here and why I now belong here and why I feel like this is my home. So a little over a year ago, I was in a very, what I would call dark place. My husband had recently been put on administrative leave from his law enforcement career. I had been struggling with my IBS-D for years. I had recently been put on an antidepressant to try to help with my IBS. And basically, it really all started. My youngest daughter's birthday is on January 28th. And I had our family and friends over. And if you know me, you know that I love my kids' birthdays. They are my whole life. And I remember being in the house, house full of people, and just kind of going through the motions, because my GI specialist at Stanford had increased my antidepressants and just kept telling me like, oh, your IBS is out of control. And when I mean out of control, I mean I'm going to the bathroom 7 to 14 times on average in a day. So, oh, it's out of control. Let's just keep increasing your antidepressants. I was just like, I'm not a medication taker. I like to find alternatives to medication when I can. And so I had been increasing antidepressants to the point where at my daughter's 8th birthday, I am walking through the house with a house full of people celebrating and thinking, I don't even care that I'm here. And so that was kind of a turning point for me. And I had been stalking my friend Jessica just a little bit on social media. And I remember thinking to myself, like, this girl's so friggin' happy. And I knew her life story because our parents actually knew each other. She's younger than me, but I knew her story. And I was like, how's this girl found such a light, like in such a dark world that she had been dealt? And so I'm like, she's so happy. Like, I need that. Like, I need some happiness. And so I just decided to send her a message, just a random message, and was like, hey, girl, like, I need something. I've done the Beachbody workouts before. I've committed to programs, but I was so miserable with my IBS. I was in so much pain. I was depressed. I suffer from anxiety. I was just like, I've got to try this. It's the only thing I haven't tried. Tried thousands of supplements, spent thousands of dollars. I have specialists that I went to, and nothing was working. So she said, all right, so let's start you out with these are the things that I think you could benefit from. And do you want to sign up for a discount coach membership? And I was like, well, I'm all about a discount, but I want absolutely nothing to do with coaching. And fast forward a little over a year, and it has transformed every part of my life. So that's how I got here, and that's how I feel that I belong here. That being said, every single person on our team has a different, diverse background. Their journey is different than anybody else's. Everybody is unique to themselves. And the one thing I can say that every single person on our team, in our crew, what they have in common, I would say, is that they want to help other people pour into themselves. That whole like, don't pour into yourself, you can't pour out to others, that is 100% true. And I am living proof of that. You can only pour out so much if you're not pouring back in. And so this team, this opportunity of coaching has really made it so that I can help other people see that in themselves as well. And it's really just happens with the simple approach to a health and wellness routine and building that foundation.
I have to unmute myself now too. Every time I hear your story, I just absolutely love it. And I forget, it's so easy, right, to forget where you started and to forget where you came from when you're in this totally different headspace and like physical place of feeling so much better. For all of us, it's so easy to forget how bad it used to be. And so thank you so much, Jamie, for sharing your story. Every time that I can hear it every day, it's so inspiring. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessica. I have been a coach with Beachbody now for 5 years. And it's honestly something that I wanted nothing to do with. And I know Jamie, like she didn't get to that part of her story either, but she was the same. I very much remember our conversation. She was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this coaching thing. I've tried like other network marketing companies before. It's just not me. That's not what I do. And it's just so amazing when we experience a life-changing transformation. It naturally comes out of us like, I have to share this with other people. And then you start learning more of the business logistics, and it's so powerful. And that's what happened to me. So my why I chose Beachbody, I will tell you that in the beginning, I never thought I was a prideful person, but looking back, I very much was. I thought I was better than Beachbody because I am a registered nurse. I paid $100,000 for my nursing degree. I am a certified health coach as well, and I paid more money to become certified in holistic health. And I've studied all these different nutritional theories and holistic health modalities, and I absolutely love helping people get to the root cause of their health struggles. And that whole drive to help people, prevent them from preventable suffering has been wired in me since I was a little girl. And Cliff Notes version, I was hit by a drunk driver when I was 11, and we lost my dad from medical malpractice. And those two preventable acts really drilled into me the idea at a young age that if I could make my life about helping people prevent preventable suffering, and I could get paid for that, and I could have a career in that, that's what I want to do with my life. And that is how I got into nursing. I saw that as my answer. Got into nursing school, had the worst health issues because of the stress, the magnitude of stress through nursing school. And I was a college athlete for my freshman year at the same time. And then I had all these health issues, and then no one could give me, no medical doctor specialist could give me an answer as to why my hormones were so jacked up and why my digestion was so jacked up. And that's why I went into studying nutrition and all these holistic areas. I learned a lot as I healed myself, but it was all kind of scattered, and it was very challenging to navigate. And it was very hard, I'll be honest, as a holistic health coach to make a living of any kind. It was exhausting, and I earned like pennies at the end of the day. So I went back to work. I actually was a prison nurse when Beachbody came into my life again. I had done things like P90X, and I even did the Ultimate Reset. How random that was 10 years ago, and I got great results. But I didn't really understand the coaching thing, and I thought it was way beneath me. And then I had my first son, and I never, the way that I'm wired, I never wanted to be a work from home mom or a stay at home mom. It's just not in my personality. I was always like, I'm going to be in the Olympics, and I'm going to be, I don't know, I'm going to change the world somehow. It's an annoyingly aggressively ambitious mentality that I've always had. And then I saw my son, and I was like, I can never leave you. I don't ever want to leave you. I want to stay home with you every day, but I still want to do these other things. So I started Googling work from home RN jobs. And of course, there was nothing. And I could not quit my job because my husband was in law enforcement as well. And he was on call 24/7. And even though his job was way harder than mine, being a prison nurse, I made almost twice as much as him. And so I could not financially quit working. And so I found myself for the first time thinking about, how do I work from home? And I was struggling with horrific back pain at the time. And I stumbled across this random chick's before and after picture on Facebook. We had no friends in common. I didn't know who she was or what she was about, but I saw her abs after having a baby. And I saw that she got those abs in 22 minutes from home workouts. And again, I was familiar semi with Beachbody. And so I reached out to her and I said, hi, stranger. So I want to do this program that you did, because I can do it in 22 minutes a day at home. And I want the coach account, and I want this challenge pack thing because I need the nutrition. I like Shakeology and all the adaptogens and the herbs that are in it. And it's cheaper when you get the challenge pack. And I want this coach membership because I know it's the cheaper way, but I want nothing to do with coaching. So don't even ask me. I don't have time. You don't understand. was so like, I was like, you don't understand. I work in a prison 40 to 60 hours a week. My husband's on call. I have a new baby. I just don't have time for anything extra. To which she replied graciously, hi, nice to meet you. Of course, I can help you. No worries. And all she told me afterwards was, hey, if you know any friends or family who want to join the group I'm running for this program as well, since you have a coach account, you can just refer them to the group I'm running and get them signed up under you. And then you could earn some side money from that. And a light bulb went off in my brain. And I was like, duh, of course. Absolutely. Mom, mother in law, sister in law, best friend. Let's do this together. This is this girl's results. Let's join her group. You're getting signed up with a challenge pack because that's the best deal. And I didn't even ask them. I said, you're getting this coach account thing because it's cheaper. And I knew they liked saving money just like I did. And so I asked them for all of their deeply personal information, including their social security number, and they just gave it to me. I don't know why. And I signed them up. And within 3 days of signing up myself, I had 4 people signed up as coaches on my team that I didn't even know existed. And I hit my first promotion and I got $200 in my bank account. And I was like, what just happened? Like, that was fun and that was easy. And that was when it kind of things started rolling for me that, hey, this could be what I was looking for. And I set up my coach, who's now one of my dearest friends. She got me on the phone and she was like, Jessica, I know you don't have time, but I want to know 5 years from now, if you could have the life of your dreams, failure is off the table, what would your life look like? And I had a really hard time with that question. And I don't know, maybe ask yourself that 5 years, 1 to 5 years from now, if you could have any life where you live, financially, what you're making, your time freedom, your schedule, what your family vacations look like, whatever you could have, what would your life look like? And then she said, if the path you're on right now is going to get you there, stay on it. But if it's not, it's time to make a change. And this could be the vessel that gets you to that life that you want to create by design instead of just living your life by default. And that question honestly changed my life. And it's why I'm here. I dove into Beachbody Coaching. I love our approach. I love the team dynamics. I love the mentorship. I love all of it. And we just picked our family of now 5. We have been very busy in 5 years. I have 3 children. And we moved from California to North Idaho for our children. We were able to do that 100% because of my coaching business. And that to me is ultimate freedom, that I don't have to report to someone, that I run my business. I can work the hours I want and take off the time that I want and do something that matters and making a difference in the world. Speaking of making a difference in the world, coaches are needed now more than ever. Look at our culture. Look what we just went through this last year. The world is terrified of losing 2 things right now: their health and their income, because they're just being taken from us. We're in the business of securing both of those things, helping people establish healthy lifestyle habits that help give them strong, vibrant health, and helping people build a business from home in this field of helping people with their income and their health, which is amazing. Here are a couple of statistics recently of how bad the crisis really is. And I honestly think that these numbers are probably higher. But as in June of last year, 40% of Americans reported struggling with mental health and or substance abuse. And we've had so many stressful things happen since June 2020 that I'm sure that number is higher. Our adult obesity rate stands at 42.4%. It's the first time in history it's ever gone above 40%. This is obesity, not just being overweight. This is obesity. 1.9 billion adults 18 years and older are overweight, and of those, 650 million are obese. Nearly 20% of children in the US ages 2 to 19 are obese. And people who have obesity are at increased risk of all diseases: type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, and many types of cancers. And here's the thing, going back to what has wired me personally to help people, is that preventable thing. Obesity is 100% preventable. 100%. We just have to teach people and give them the tools that they need in order to make the changes to live a healthier lifestyle. This is the last statistic that I want to share with you because it rocked me when I read it, that approximately 65% of people who die from cardiovascular disease and cancer could have been prevented by living a healthy lifestyle. This statistic is on the CDC's website, and they define a healthy lifestyle as consistent or regular exercise, being at a healthy weight, and eating more plants. It's not crazy. And doctors don't necessarily help people with those three things. Healthcare professionals, as a nurse, I didn't help people with those things. I was serving Jello cups in the hospital. That's not helping people with those things. Who helps people live healthier lifestyles? Coaches do. That's what we do. And that's why you don't need a background in it. And we'll tell you why Beachbody has provided the menu of options. You're just the advocate to help the person from where they're starting to where they want to be. All right, Amy, your turn, sister. You are muted, my friend.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, there we go.
Talking. I forgot about it. So anyway, my name is Amy. I have been a Beachbody coach for about 4 years now, I think. And I started out really slowly. It was not something I just like jumped into and started working towards. It was like I didn't know what I was doing for a long time. I'd been so shy my whole life that it was really hard for me to really break out of my shell and like start doing it. But now about a year ago, I started really jumping in and like getting more involved, probably a year and a half ago. But I definitely like have followed Jessica along this whole journey, but I didn't know where to start as far as like jumping in, but I just did it. And I was like, I don't care anymore, what people think about what I'm doing, because I'm helping people. And I started seeing people change because of what I gave them, what I showed them. And it was like, made me feel so good and give me a sense of like accomplishment from helping them. And that was what really made me feel like this was where I wanted to be. So I've used Beachbody for about, I think, 11 years. I've known what Beachbody is. I've drank Shakeology for about off and on about 11 years, consistently now for 4 years. But it was something I loved, and I knew I loved it, and I loved all the Beachbody workouts. I saw really great results when I did Insanity when I was in high school. That was like my first time ever seriously exercising. And I was like, well, this is cool. I could do this. So that's where I kind of fell in love with it. And I never knew or thought about ever doing the coaching part ever until I had my first child. And I've been a stay-at-home mom. And I really wanted something more to just kind of give me a sense of accomplishment and make a little side income. So that was kind of why I did it in the first place. So what we do though as coaches is really not that complicated. And I think a lot of people overcomplicate it, especially that's what I did in the beginning. I really overcomplicated it. And up until about a year ago, I really started just following what I felt was inside of my brain, and like what I wasn't reading things so deeply into how it's supposed to be. I kind of just started doing what I do and sharing it. And I was not hiding it anymore from anybody. I just said, this is what I'm doing. I still live my life. I don't hide it from them. So what you do is there's 5 elements to your transformation, and your transformation as a coach is important. And it doesn't matter if you're starting it while you're transforming. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you still have to lose some weight, you feel like it's bothering you. It doesn't matter. You can start it at any point of your journey. You don't have to feel like you're at the end to start it. I've had a lot of people tell me that, where they're like, well, I can't be a coach right now because I'm not at the point to do that. It doesn't matter. I never was either. I'm still learning every single day. I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing most days, but I still keep going. I still show up and do it. I love it. And I just keep doing it. And I think you kind of find that passion along the way, and it kind of, you learn more every day. And that's kind of what keeps you going. But you pick a fitness program, and there are so many out there to do. I've done lots of them, and there's new ones coming out all the time. That's what's so awesome about this is you're not getting bored. They come out with new amazing programs all the time. So that's what's so fun about this is you get to do them firsthand. You don't wait until they are out months later. You do it and you share it with people. and you're new to it too, and you're doing it and you have no idea what you're doing, but you're doing it with these people and you're sharing with them how it was and what you felt that, how you felt about it. But so you choose a program, you choose a nutrition program to follow along with, because that's really important too, that you aren't just, that you know what to explain to people. So you choose a program. We have 2 different ones to offer. I honestly I don't get overwhelmed by that because I've only really followed along with one of them, the 2B mindset. I just really like that one. And that's the one I've kind of gravitated towards, but some people need the other one. It just totally depends. But I love the 2B mindset and I love that nutritionist. So I have followed along with her on Instagram and I've just listened to all her videos and I share that with people as much as I can because I like it. And another coach might not feel that way. They might like Ultimate Portion Fix, or it's totally unique and up to you what you want to choose. And then there's also the supplements. You need to be, you're a coach, it's nice that you're using the supplements that you're also offering to all your clients. Shakeology is obviously the biggest one that you hear about the most. And I think that's really important that the coaches that are, sharing it are drinking it themselves, and you realize the reasons why it is so important and why it helps people so much. Because if you don't know those reasons, it is hard to share with people why it's so good and why it helps people so much. I mean, it takes, I've used Shakeology for about 11 years, so I'm kind of used to it by now, but when you read about why it's so powerful, it's so exciting to share with people because it really will help them. They just have to stick with it for a little while and understand what's in it. And then as far as all the other stuff, don't get overwhelmed by it because you don't have to have it all at one time. I've taken years to try everything. You can go get all of them at one time and try them all, which is great. But if you don't have enough money at the time to do that, it's okay. You can just try things here and there and kind of get to know the supplements as you go. And don't feel like you have to know everything that you're sharing with everybody. It just takes time to get to know everything, but just try and be familiar with those. And for your mindset, that's a huge thing. And that's something I struggle with a lot and Jessica's always talking about like sharing personal development books and podcasts, and there's audiobooks. There's so many things out there that you can listen to, and they help so much in changing your mindset. And that's such a big part of this too, is confidence and just everything that has to do with personal development that's out there. There's so many things. And I believe that Jessica has some lists of good ones that you can look up and read and listen to. But confidence is a huge thing. That's something that I have changed dramatically. Oh my gosh. When I first started this, I was so shy. I did not want to share anything. I signed up as a coach because I think my mom wanted to do it. And I was like, okay, well, I'll sign up for this. I didn't even tell Jessica I was signing up. I just did it. I didn't even want to talk to her. I was like, I don't know. I don't want to get involved. I'm just going to sign up, be a coach, sign my mom up myself. I did it all on my own. And I was trying to just stay out of it. And that didn't work because I'm definitely involved now. But it is a big thing, is having confidence, and getting that part of it too, when you can, is very important in all of the coaching that we're doing. So, and support, that all of what you're doing with everybody here, this is such a supportive community and we all help each other. And we have our big Facebook group that if you have any questions, you always just go on there and ask people. Don't be afraid to ask questions that you have. Everybody's learning, so don't be intimidated. I'm telling this to myself too, because sometimes it's hard for me, but you just have to reach out and you have to ask for if you have a question about something, because that's how you're going to learn. Not all of us are experts. We're all learning about all of it all the time. Every day we're learning. So, I mean, Beachbody is such a big thing, and we have so many different options and menu of options for everybody. It's like just endless. So you can learn new things every single day, but you have to get results for yourself first. And it doesn't matter if you're in your journey doing that. It doesn't mean that you can't share it now while you're going along, because it might help somebody else that is maybe too afraid to ask somebody that's, already fit and they've already done all this. Maybe they want to join somebody that's, just starting and they also are learning. They're not as intimidated maybe by that. So you never know who's going to join with you because of that. There's a reason. So you just get your own results, focus on that, and help other people get results with you, along with you. And that's all we are really doing, is just giving them the tools to do that. And once you give it to them and set them up, you just keep your journey going and keep theirs going. And that's really all I can say is that's all we're doing. And once that clicked in my head, I was like, okay, I'm not selling people things. I'm just sharing it with them. I'm just sharing what I'm doing that's working for me, and they can do it along with me if they want. So that's all I can say.
Yes, so good, Aim. Thanks so much. And it's so true. You never know who's going to want to do this with you. Both of you told me you didn't want to coach in the beginning. Actually, Amy is right. I'm so glad you said that. She completely bypassed me. I was like, Amy Tanner just had like 9 people sign up this month, and that name sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen it before. Wait a second. So yeah, I love that. Thank you so much, Amy, for sharing your story and diving into more about what we do. All right, you guys, I'm going to touch on how we earn income, because if you're watching this, it means that you're interested in a business, and a successful business not only makes an impact, positive impacts, and helps with the service, but you earn money. That is part of business. If you're in the red all the time, you don't have a successful business. What I love about what we do is that helping people goes hand in hand with making money. You can't make money if you don't help people. And if you're not helping people, you're not going to make money. Like, they go hand in hand. And I love that. So I'm going to teach you something that I learned when it comes to looking at a business plan, and it's front end versus back end income. If you were to look at this as think of a dollar bill, I want you to draw a line like the first quarter. This is front end income, and back end income is the last 3 quarters of that dollar bill. I saw that on a diagram. I should have just showed you, wrote it out. But something unique to Beachbody, because many different network marketing companies are similar in their compensation plans, but they're not all the same. And Beachbody is heavier in back-end income. So first, front-end income is anything that you earn for like a commission or a trade hour for dollars. Like if you were to go to work and get paid an hourly wage, that's front-end income. Most people's jobs are only front-end income. You have to put time in or make a sale in order to earn money, right? And so we get that. And as a new coach, that will be primarily what you're going to be earning. We earn 25 to 40% commission on the products and programs that we recommend. You have your own website and we show you how to set up customized links and set up carts for your clients with what they're interested in. And then I liked this, just kind of like a general idea of what's realistic to think about and make in earning. Like, what do you think I could earn in my first month or 2 or 3? When you help your first 12 people get set up with the total solution of those 5 elements that Amy just talked to you about, you're going to earn approximately $1,000 in commission. And that could be lower and it could be higher. It depends on what you set your people up with. So that's a general idea of what that looks like. Now, back-end income is considered residual income. This is money that you make when you're not working, when you don't have a sale, when you're not spending any time necessarily working your business. That comes from building a team. So Amy and Jamie are part of my team. They're coaches that I mentored and helped them be successful. And then we have Joni on our call tonight, and she's part of Jamie's team. And so this residual, you have to be selfless in order to be successful in this business, because you have to be willing to invest in other people's success. You want them to be successful, and then you want them to help their people be successful. And it's like a big family tree that continues to grow as more and more people multiply and helping more people be successful. Because I could kill myself trying to help 100 people. I shouldn't use that terminology, but I could drain all of my energy trying to help 100 people, or I could do a great job helping 10 people and then help those 10 people help 10 people and teach them how to do it. Why would I want to be selfish and drain all my resources and do that myself? That's what building a team feels and looks like. And those are the benefits. So when I needed to take a bunch of time off of working actively, my team was already set up. They knew what they needed to do to be successful. And when I took maternity leave, I was still getting paid my same income. So that is a huge benefit that I didn't understand in the beginning. Not only do you earn income, but like money in your bank account, but you also can earn annual luxury vacations for your family, which we've earned one every single year since I started, and they're so fun. COVID ruined the world in so many ways. And so the last couple in-person ones have been canceled, but the next year's is going to be in Punta Cana, I believe. And we already got registered with a suite for that. So that should be super fun if should, Lord willing, it happen. But these are super amazing. I took my husband on a cruise to the Caribbean, which I never would have taken ever if I was working in my nursing job. I wouldn't have been able to get the time off, and we wouldn't have been able to financially afford it. But this was something that was just given to me for helping people be healthier. Like, that's amazing. You also have the opportunity to earn 5 to 10% matching bonuses for your coaches. So if I'm able to help Amy and Jamie be successful in building their teams, Beachbody will give me an additional 5 to 10% matching bonus of what they earn. Isn't that so crazy? Like, all these bonuses for helping people be successful. And then on top of that, there's quarterly profit sharing opportunities based on your rank and your leadership. So once you get to I think it's your 5th promotion as a 2-star diamond coach is what it's called, you actually earn a percentage of every quarter. You earn a percentage of what the entire company of Beachbody makes. That's amazing. And those range from $800 all the way up to like $75,000 a quarter for the top rings in the company. So the income potential is unlike anything that you will ever experience. It's just based on what your goals are and where you want to start and what you want to build. All right, Amy, take us away. Let's talk about these coach transformation stories.
So I was already talking about how we get paid and rewarded to invest into ourselves and help other people do it too. And as you can see, these pictures are all real. These are our team, real life women that are busy moms on our team. They invested in coaching and became the best versions of themselves because of it. This is not a lie. They are real people here that we have actually transformed during this whole journey. So all you have to do is invest into yourself. And that's the first thing that you have to do. And it is a big part of it, so that you can help other people do it with you. So you just start as a coach, and at any point of your transformation journey, it doesn't matter where you are before. It doesn't matter if you just started and you feel like I'm not ready to do this and share it with people. It doesn't matter. There's all different people that need different types of coaches. So don't be afraid to share it if you don't feel like you're done with your journey, because none of us are ever like done with it. It's just going to be this thing that keeps going, right? You're never done. So you don't have to be exactly where you are wanting to be to inspire other people to do it, and never feel like when you're sharing it's annoying people, or never feel like that, because there are so many people watching social media, and most of them or some of them might not. There's a small bit that won't care, and that's okay. But there could be like one person in there that cares, and it might be motivating them every single day. They might not say anything to you. They might not even like your picture forever, for months. You might not even know they're there. You probably don't even know they're there for months. And then, a few months later, or a year later, or maybe a year and a half later, who knows, they might message you and be like, I've been watching your transformation, and I do watching me. Oh, people are paying attention to my story. And I just know, because I've had people say that to me over this past 4 years, things, and it's really interesting how that works. But you have to just, for that reason, people are watching you, and they are Yeah, you never know who's watching.
There.
You never know who's paying attention to your stories, and they're not even liking anything. They're not even showing up. And then years later, it's like, oh, where'd you come from?
To add to your, like the other part with Coach Transformation Stories is each one of these women has such a different story, right? Like I didn't come into this needing to lose 40 or 50 pounds, but my internal transformation is not what you see in that picture, right? Like
we have same for me. It was not, I didn't come into it in that way either. I mean, I wasn't like, oh, I need to like lose a certain amount of weight. I wasn't trying to do that in a sense. It was more for me, just I needed something. I was going to the gym super early in the morning, driving there, trying to make it work in my schedule. I was working full time. It was so hard. And I was like, I need something that's just going to work easier for my schedule. So that was like for me and my mindset, mostly for my mental health, like what I needed to get done.
Well,
that's why I work out.
That's why I feel this simple approach is so much easier, because that added stress of like, I have to find childcare to get to the gym for 30 minutes to get back home.
It's just not feasible. It's not gonna, it's hard for anybody. It's hard. It's just driving there, getting dressed, driving there, doing, and it's great. Gyms are great and it's fun, but it's not, for me, it never stuck with me. And I needed to just be able to literally get out of bed and turn it on my TV. And it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. I just get it over with. And that's the only way I was able to stay consistent and get to where I am now and keep up with it and stay going with it and not quit. So
I agree.
Sorry, you guys had technical glitch.
That's okay.
Thanks for taking over.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Okay, James.
Ooh, yeah, but this is my favorite, actually.
Yeah, but
you know this. But I was excited that I get to talk about this. So I, as Jessica mentioned, because I didn't really get to share like all of my backstory of how I got here, but I have been a part of an MLM, like network marketing company before. And I remember telling Jess, like, it stole the joy from me because I felt like I had to sell so much stuff. I had to be a saleswoman, which is not in my comfortable space. I actually tend to be a little bit more passive, a little bit more reserved. I know that may come off as a surprise to people now, but that is part of this journey, is just kind of like learning to be confident in like my own skin now. But I remember telling Jess, like, I'm not going to sell stuff. Like, girl, like, I just need to get my own results. I need to find my happy, like, I'm not going to sell anything. And she was like, yeah, that's great, because I don't want you to be salesy. Like, our team is not about sales. Like, it's not about being salesy. It's not about going out there and saying, buy this product. It's actually about sharing it and showing the benefit of it, and then helping the person find that benefit. So we can knock salesy right out of your mind if that's something that you're thinking that would deter you from wanting to join this crew. The other thing, which I think I actually could laugh because I don't have extra time. So that's the other part. I am a registered respiratory therapist. I still work outside of the home. I work part-time to full-time, depending on what my clinic needs from me. I am the sole income provider for my family because my husband lost his job last April. And I am back in school to finish my bachelor's degree from home. And I have two daughters. Thankfully, they are a little bit older, 11 and 9. Like I said, I'm married, which everybody who has a husband knows that that's like an extra child in your house. So if you don't have time, listen, you do have time. I'm pretty sure that we all scroll on this thing in plenty of time that I can tell you that you can run a successful business in less than an hour a day. So I can knock that one right off too. I am not at my fitness goal. Amy already touched on this. It's actually more beneficial, and Jess had told me that it's more beneficial to start this process early on, because if I'm already rock hard abs, down at my goal weight, I'm going to be very intimidating to most anybody who is not in that space. It can be much more welcoming for them to see you where you're at and then walk alongside them. Instead of leading from the front, you can actually walk alongside them. And this one is a big one. Who am I to motivate others? So when I entered this last February, so a little over a year ago, my confidence has always been very low. And I remember saying, like, why would anybody want to do this with me? Who am I? Like, I'm nobody special, which is true. Anybody can do this. Anybody and everybody can do this. But I've realized that, like, I am unique to myself. I have a unique story and I have my own unique journey. And I also have unique things that are specific to me that I can provide to others. And so each person has that ability. It's too expensive. So I am the lover of Starbucks. Let's be honest. I finally kind of kicked that habit, but I was spending $5.50 on an iced coffee. So the too expensive when it comes to supplementation blows my mind now, because I realize the benefits that I get for a little over $4 a day. And sometimes I use it as a meal replacement, the supplementation, specifically Shakeology. I was blowing that at Starbucks. I didn't even second guess myself driving through the drive-through. But when it comes to the exercise portion, I was spending $12 per class at a local area fitness center for specific classes. So $12 a class, and I would go twice a week. Add that up. You get access to thousands of our exercise programs for $99 a year. And if you sign up with the challenge pack, it's even cheaper. So that's like $8 a month, I think. You can't beat that anywhere. And these super trainers, Jess is going to talk a little bit more about it, but Shaun T is rocking my world right now. And there is not a single trainer in the local area that I live at that could rock my world like Shaun T. My spouse isn't supportive. I had a hard conversation with Jess about this as well. My husband was not supportive of me doing this specifically because he is in law enforcement. And he did not want me to have a social media presence. And that was a really hard conversation to have with him. Fast forward a little over a year, and he is 100% behind me. He has seen, we just had this conversation a couple weeks ago when I was actually not at a great place mentally. And he was just like, I have seen so many changes from you in this last year. And you are like a light to this world. And so I apologize for telling you no. That I wasn't supportive over a year ago. And so I can speak to that. I can speak to how hard that was, and taking that leap of faith that it wasn't something he was 100% behind me. So if you have that happening in your home, I can really attest to that, and we can always have a conversation. And then I don't have a social media following. I had zero. I kind of have popped in and out of Facebook, which is where I stalked Jessica. But I told Jess, like, I don't do social media. It's awful. It makes me feel icky. I had to have a heart-to-heart with myself, and I realized that I can flip the script on such a negative platform. So now I refuse to let the negativity overwhelm me or enter my page, either on IG or Facebook, and I refuse to let my light get dimmed. So, and the pyramid scheme. So you need to learn about pyramid schemes. Because you are provided an actual service, like you're getting something from Beachbody. So when I encourage you to sign up with the coach discount membership or as a customer, you're receiving a product and it benefits you, and it's in the health and wellness industry. And Beachbody has also been a very well-established business, very successful business. And if it was a pyramid scheme, they would have been shut down a long time ago, and Carl Decker would have went to prison. And then what if I fail? So failure equals fear, and the self-doubt monster and the limitations that we place on ourselves is where failure comes from. And I can attest, I can speak to that. I've lived in that mindset of what if I fail? And in my daughter's room, I actually have this sign that says, what if I fail? And it says, oh, darling, but what if you fly? So I encourage you to look at it that way. The only failure that you're going to look back on is if you don't take this opportunity, you don't take that leap of faith. So that's what I got.
Amen. Man, you crushed those. So good. All right, Amy, why don't you tell everybody how to get started?
So getting started, that can be a little overwhelming sometimes. And I know that for me, it was very overwhelming at first. It took me a couple years to get started. I feel like, I jumped right in and I signed my mom up and, my family members. But to like invite people. It took me a little while to get going, but I realize now I didn't need to be overthinking it so much. It's not that complicated. So just reach out to your coach that invited you here onto this call. Tell them what your goals are, what you would like to get from this as a coach, what income you'd like to make, how much, what your goal would be. Set a little goal for yourself and just kind of start from there and don't get overwhelmed. They'll help guide you in that direction. And you can always refer to our page on Facebook if you have any questions. Like I had said, we have all kinds of good resources on there that tell us exactly what we should do and things like that, which I love referring to things like that, like graphics and pages that tell me exactly what to do. I love that. So that is all on that Facebook page. Don't be afraid to just go in there on the Health Patriot Nation page and look, and just get out there and start sharing your life and your journey. I mean, you don't have to share all your personal stuff right away if you don't want, but just get out there and don't be afraid to share your journey. You never know who's watching you. Enroll your clients with the 5 elements we talked about and get a challenge pack going. And do a coming out post on Instagram or Facebook. I mean, that's a big thing. I feel like that is the first thing I would do if I was starting over, is announce to everybody, announce to your friends and family what it is you're doing, and just own it. And don't be afraid to say it, what you're exactly doing, and say, I'm just helping people. And that's all it is. You're just helping other people get healthy and fit, and there's nothing wrong with it. And you're not doing something that you have to be ashamed of or worried or nervous about. It's not. It's something that is amazing, and it's going to help people. So do a little post about it. Just get plugged into the bod group that you got invited to. That is a big thing. I feel like having that community helps so much. And I know that's where I really have grown, is the bod groups. That's really helped with me, and it's helped me make more of a community with it. And that's one of my favorite parts about it. You can also at one point start your own bod group, but that can be later. It doesn't have to be now. But your coach can help you get started with that too. And it's really not that hard. There's lots of resources out there to get your bod group going. And you can team up. Me and Jamie, we do it together. We have a bod group that we run, and it's so nice doing it together because it's not all on one person. It's evened out between both of us, and that's what we do. So just be a product of the product, and use our products and get the benefits, and just share it and follow the Coach Vital behaviors. Do your workouts, share what you're doing, be consistent. It pays off later if you just keep going. You might feel like giving up sometimes. I know I felt like giving up lots of times. I think I did quit like one time in the middle of it all. I don't know. And then I started again, and Jessica was like, oh, you signed up for a challenge pack or a coach account again. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it again. So there's times in your life where maybe it just doesn't feel like it's working, but no, there's no time where it's going to work for you. Like it's never going to work unless you just jump in and do it. But every point of life is what I'm saying is any time is hard, and it's always gonna be challenging, but you just do it, and you just remember why you're doing it and keep going. So that's all I've got for that, I think.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's so true though. Like we look at life right now, and it's hard if you do this, and it's hard when you don't. And we have to choose our heart. And for me, and I know you guys feel the same, like if life's gonna be stressful, and life's gonna be challenging, and life's gonna be crazy, I need this. I need to prioritize my own health. Like my job needs to be my own health and fitness, or like everyone else, it's going to be on the back burner because I've got all these tiny humans to keep alive, and I've got all these other, I think as moms too, we do that, right? We put ourselves on the back burner all the time. But when this is your job, it puts a different spin on why you have to prioritize this. And I have to have my Shakeology. I have to drink my hydrate. I need my Energize in the morning in order to be the best version of myself for them. So yes, absolutely. I love it. Okay, I want to share with you guys a little bit about what's coming up with our company, because like Jamie talked about when she mentioned the whole, like why people think this is a pyramid scheme, which is crazy. We are an extremely established and successful company. Beachbody before this year, which we exploded this past year in 2020, was a $1.3 billion company in the health and fitness industry. So they're successful, right? I think you'd think that that's a successful number. And there's huge things coming up next month. We just launched one of our newest programs. You see Shanti right here. We're doing this program. It's called Let's Get Up. And I will tell you, and I'm sure Amy and Jamie would both agree, I haven't laughed and smiled so much in a workout in a very long time. I think this workout's more fun when you are not coordinated, because you just, like, I literally in my own comedy show, like, I'm laughing at myself trying to like have these hips like Shanti that I do not have, but my core is working so much. My legs are on fire. And this workout is, they're only 25 to 35-minute workouts. The setting is in Hawaii, which is amazing. And we're bringing joy, health, and fitness to homes across America, the UK, and Canada, and now France. Excuse me. Those are the countries that our company is established in. And I think that that's such a valuable thing that we're doing. We're bringing joy and laughter back to homes. How powerful is that? Next month, we're in the middle of a merger that will be finalized in May with Mixed Fitness. Do you see this beautiful Mixed Fitness bike right here?
I am so excited.
Right? I'm so excited about this. So Mixed Fitness is if you guys haven't seen the ads, like, I swear they poured a ton into marketing recently because I'm seeing them everywhere, and the bikes are everywhere. They're beautiful. I'm sure this is subjective, but a lot of people say that they prefer it over Peloton. Again, I'm sure it's subjective. I don't have a Peloton bike, and I've heard Peloton's amazing, what it's doing for people's fitness, but we're getting these spin bikes in Beachbody. Do you see this screen? It flips around so that on this side, you can do lifting workouts, resistance workouts, or floor workouts, core workouts, along with this. Beachbody On Demand will be on these screens. There's going to be an update. I have a call with corporate on May 19th to hear product updates about this specific thing, but it's happening in May. We as coaches will have access to them. We're not sure how it fits into our compensation plan to be able to refer them to our customers and what we will get earned commission wise. I have people lined up who want these, but it's going to be so powerful for our business. And this merger that's happening, which is this photo down here, $3 billion merger. We are becoming a publicly traded company, which this is not my jam. Like, I do not know anything about this, but I've learned a little bit about what that means. And basically on the New York Stock Exchange, you can now invest stock into Beachbody, and it's going to be under the body ticker symbol. And as a company, our pockets are becoming even more deep to be able to invest in bettering ourselves and continuing to innovate, which this company I've been a part of for 5 years now. They have continued to innovate with the times. As things change, they're creating new programs and new products that people are needing, and they're listening, and they're changing things and reformulating things as needed, which is so powerful. So what this means for you as a coach, of why now is so powerful, is because everyone who's a coach now is going to benefit in May, when Beachbody is blasted in marketing everywhere. The former CEO of TikTok and Disney Plus is going to be on our board, on Beachbody's board, to better our streaming even further. It's going to explode. And if you are a Beachbody coach, all your people in your circle of influence are going to know about it, and you want them to come to you, not to go to somebody else. You want them to come to you to grow and support your business, and you want to be their support person for them. And then lastly, this pretty picture right here, this is where I live. I mean, not actually at this building, but this is Lake Coeur d'Alene. And we are having in July 14th through the 17th, Beachbody's annual summit is usually a huge, massive in-person event with over 30,000 people. And this is the last year that we're going to have to cancel the in-person event. So I decided that we still as a team need to get together in person, and we are going to be attending virtually the Beachbody Coach Summit event here in person in Coeur d'Alene. And this is the condo that or the condo complex that we're renting out. So every coach on our team and our entire organization is invited to come. We are splitting rooms to make it affordable. It's actually going to be more affordable than if you were to go to the Beachbody event in person, because the tickets are free because we're watching online. We're going to be doing a lot of team building exercises, fun things on the beach. We'll do live workouts. We're going to go on hikes, looking into some fun surprises. We're going to have an MVC awards night for the most valuable coaches. And there's different awards that all different coaches of different levels, even if you're brand new, can earn. And we've got some travel cash incentive bonuses if you grow your business fast before July. It's just going to be a really amazing time to come together in person. And I'm super, super excited about that. So you are more than welcome to join us. And I don't want you to miss out on these things, because if you join now, you're going to benefit from the fruit of all these huge changes that are coming. Jamie, take us home.
All right. Yes. So you see all those big dreams. I wanted to touch, and I touched on it a few slides back. But Jessica, just like her coach had done when she reached out to the complete stranger, had asked me, what does my life look like 3, 5, and 10 years from now if failure was off the table? And at the place I was at in February of 2020, I had a very difficult time answering that, because I've always put self-limitations on where I can be. And it really was based off of a 9-to-5 job that did not invest in me, still does not invest in me. They just think of me as a person number at work. And I had no idea that this wellness advocate lifestyle, this coaching opportunity, could bring like that vision come to life, that big dream vision that you dream of as a child. Like, I am going to own my beach house, and I am going to have no debt. I'm going to have my husband, and I'm going to live this like fairy tale life. Now, that may sound crazy to you, but those dreams, this can become something as big as you want or as small as you want. It really is all dependent on you. You can be Melanie Mitro, right? You can be number one. You can be number one top coach in the organization. You can hit that goal. It's given to you right now, which is crazy, for $140 challenge pack. Like, I'm not joking. You have a business opportunity handed to you for $140, which is just the investment into yourself for 1 month. $99 for the year, but it's $140 for 30 days of the shakes, 12 months of Beachbody On Demand, and both nutrition programs, plus this amazing crew of people to support you and basically just lift you up in this process. If you came to me and said, I want to be number one coach in Beachbody, the tools are all there for you. If you said, I just want to pay for my supplements, the tools are all there for you. If you said, I want to be Jessica Lanier and I want to be able to work from home and take care of my babies, the tools are all there for you. They're there for you. You can do it. So dream as big as you want, because this is your dream. This opportunity of coaching gives you that platform to build upon. So that is what we are here to share. This is the vessel. We are gifting it to you because we actually love and we care. That's where it comes from, care and compassion. We are just out here sharing the light.
Amen. Amen. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to reach out to the person who sent you this recording or invited you to this webinar if you would like more information. This is a no pressure invitation to join us. We really are just looking for more like-minded people to help impact more lives and more families. So thanks, girls, for joining me. I hope everyone has an amazing evening, and we will talk soon. Bye.
Bye.